Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Video Game Collectors Podcast. My name is Matt Rose, and with me as usual is Josh Byerly.
Hello, I'm here as always, Matt.
And there he is.
Yes, I am.
I believe this is episode 11 or something like that. I don't know.
11 or 12.
Like my age, I'm going to start losing track.
Yeah. Yep.
We just had a nice heritage auction go on, and we wanted to catch up on that and go over it a little bit. As usual, we kind of promise that we're going to blow through it, but we're probably going to take forever. So just disclaimer right there.
No, it's 9:45 right now on the West Coast here. We're going to be done with the heritage stuff in 15 minutes. We're doing this for tonight. So,
good luck.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see about that. Let me just hop over and we'll just start right off. Give me 1 second here. I just got to pull up the window and then I will share the screen.
Yeah, there's some good stuff tonight.
And then let's shrink this down to just you.
Lack of that. I can see it. Okay. And we're going to go quickly.
All right.
Star Wars. We got to talk about this because it's a weird size. It's a very large box. The Atari 400, 800 games by Parker Brothers. They fit in a Wata holder. They fill the whole holder. So you can do these. I don't think Wata is accepting them right now, but they have graded some in the past. Mm-hmm. So just if you have some to grade, you might ask them, or it might be open. I'm not sure. But this thing sold pretty well. 9.8 A++ on this. Return of the Jedi, similar box style, setup box, lit in a tray, and it is by Parker Brothers. So case packs on these, you're typically going to get some 9.8s, but $552 on a Star Wars game, pretty good deal. These next three are Apple II games, so these are typical case pack games as well. Gremlins is a great title. Atari Soft took these games and then they published them for different consoles. Atari did, and their brand was Atari Soft. So you'll see these on ColecoVision, Apple II, Commodore VIC-20, Commodore 64, the TI-99 garbage. Yeah, not that it's garbage, but it is. So there's probably even some other stuff too. So, but they're interesting. These sold fairly inexpensive for 9.8 A++. You're not typically pulling 9.8s out of case packs on these because they are a 5.25 inch floppy disk inside a really flimsy box, and they're typically bowed and beat to crap. Well, not beat to crap, just really bowed and sunken because of over time the shrink wrap has sunken the boxes in. So,
sure.
All right, that's already enough time on all of this stuff. So we'll go quick.
On all of it.
There was a Cookie Monster in here, but it's a PAL version, and it sold accordingly for $89.
Okay.
Which, I mean, it's neat, but that's okay.
Another one of these.
Another one of these communist mutants, but yeah. The one that I like is the Fireball game, the Star Path game down there is a 9.4 A++. I think the cover is really, really cool. It's just, it's neat. It's a fireball. It looks like a sun, sure. But it's interesting artwork. I've never played the game, but I like this cover a lot.
Is it just me, or is G.I. Joe coming down in price? Because I think weren't these selling for $1,000+ before in a 9.8 A++?
Maybe once or twice. I think G.I. Joe's always taken the back seat to Spider-Man on this.
Yeah.
But I said it when we were doing Clubhouse tonight that I prefer G.I. Joe because G.I. Joe is cooler than Spider-Man, and people hate me for that, but that's okay.
Sure.
I played with more G.I. Joe toys than I did with Spider-Man toys growing up. So
E.T. still holding fairly strong, and 9.4 is not easy to get.
Mm-hmm.
At least I think so.
Yeah. Yep. Froggo, Karate, touch on that. It's not a typical game you get in Heritage. These are 9.2s of good grade on a Froggo box. They're pretty crappy, just like the games are pretty crappy. But neat box, neat artwork on the Froggo games. The 7800 versions are hard to find too. So, alrighty.
Okay.
Kaboom for 5,200. We didn't even talk about that, but that's kind of cool. Looks like it has a typical child's play world. And yep, see that sticker up there? That's a child's play world sticker, and they scribbled it out. But child's play world would put these white bands around their games on the East Coast. I know that. So this probably came from the main closeout seller on eBay, if I had to guess. But it's sold cheap. That's a variation of Kaboom that's not easy to find. And it looks like a John Belushi lookalike, a little fatter on the cover. So yeah, I like 7800s. The asteroids for 7800s. That's a really cool artwork on that. It's a good version of asteroids too, because the 7800 had the power to handle a nice port of asteroids.
All right.
So, Centipede is a ColecoVision game here. See the Atari Soft, and it's a slightly lighter orange hue than the Apple II ones. So ColecoVision sealed games are typically pretty hard to find, but I think there's some case packs of the Centipede out there. Then we get into Intellivision, and they went for nothing. So somebody probably lost some money on these, but that's okay, I guess. I think the artwork on Intellivision is really, really cool. Some of the games are really great games. Utopia is a really cool game. Space Spartans, the speech module game. Not a lot of case packs of that. Maybe I'm wrong.
Great grade too. I don't care what it is. Nice.
I mean, look at bring it back up there. The font, the artwork, how it's coming out of the letter. It's just neat. And it talks. It adds voice to your Intellivision, if you can imagine that. State-of-the-art graphics. Okay, we are through those. Wonderful. It took us almost the whole time we thought we were going to. American Gladiators, 9.0 A+. This game is fun for NES. I played this growing up. I think it's cool. Maybe if I sat down and played it now, it wouldn't be as cool. Sold $456, but it's not a NES game you see every day.
True.
I don't know how many they've graded at this point. I haven't really been paying attention to that. Oh, we did see this Bandai Golf here.
Yeah. Which we do believe is a
labeled as Carolina collection, but
Hawaii.
It looks like it's a Hawaii collection too, so we'll get the dual brand on it of each collection
for $264.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was that $50 type of game that we wouldn't buy in that. So,
yeah.
In the past, but it's cool. I've always admired the cover art on it, and
but so was Caveman Games.
Oh, that's a good game.
This was a $50 game as well. But that's a great grade. I don't care what NES game you're looking at. Come on, 9.8 A+ in a NES game. That's
the details on this was interesting, and I didn't know that it was. I guess never on by Dynamics, which was out of Eugene, Oregon. So a neat game. Okay. Moving on.
Decent amount.
Delhi Towers is a pretty crappy game, but it sold for $408.
Was that yours?
Yeah.
This was yours?
No, I didn't have anything. Sorry.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you have one of these.
Yes, I do.
Just saying.
I think that Greg Norman's Golf Power is one of those NES games that's just hard to find.
Yep. So you think this one sold for less than it should have?
NES game.
You must have cut out. So you think this sold for less than it should have?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I sat down and I said I wasn't going to buy anything tonight, so I didn't buy anything. But I would have bid on this.
Okay.
Had I been going. I don't have one, and it's a late NES game. So.
And of course we have
Jackal.
Great game.
Mm-hmm.
$840.
Yep.
Legendary Wings, still holding fairly strong. I like this game a lot. I played this a lot growing up. This is one of the games one of my friends had, and so we naturally played it a lot. Super, super fun. If you haven't played it, go out and play it.
Yeah. A Punch-Out. This kind of surprised me for a sealed Punch-Out going for $15,600.
Yeah.
I thought it would have went a little higher. You know, I always say this is my favorite NES game. It's so much fun.
Sure. I don't know many people who don't like it.
Okay, Shatterhand's cool. What our Left Bros go for? 6.5 CIB Left Bros goes for
$900.
$900.
Wow.
So, yeah. A 60B Seal Turtles 2 goes for $660. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
How about that? All right. Yeah. Nothing's too exciting to me. Yeah, what do you think, Matt?
I think I'm going to be kicking myself eventually for selling my 85 plus gold Tetris.
Yeah, I think somebody saw what this was, and it's a oval SOQ, the oval seal of quality, TM. So the seal of quality is still in the trademark phase and not registered. And I believe that the warranty on the side of this one does not have Mexico written in it. So this is essentially the first print version of Tetris on NES. And I believe somebody did catch that, and that's why this sold for $1,080.
Yeah.
The main takeaway on this is that it's an oval seal of quality TM versus an oval seal of quality R. And this iteration is not easy to find sealed. So you'll typically see you can find the TMs with the made in Mexico. You can find, and I kind of group those with this one, but then you typically see the oval SOQ registered version, and you'll see those the most, and then the ones that have the red box warranty on the side are fairly difficult to get as well. So there's a smattering of Tetris variants out there that people just don't pay attention to really, and they're really neat. So, yeah.
All right.
Alrighty, moving along.
I've learned something.
Yeah.
Wizards and Warriors.
So if you got a sealed Tetris at home, go see which one you have.
I do not.
Mm-hmm. The Jeopardy Deluxe Edition. Did you see this?
So Final Fantasy, Mystical Quest, Jeopardy, $840. Well, it is a 98A++.
Yeah, but it is an assembled in Mexico Majesco release. So take that for what you will. That, in my opinion, makes it harder to get a 9.8 on because boxes and plastic are typically straight garbage. But yeah, I think it's neat. You know, a high-grade Majesco is kind of cool, but I would much rather have the made in Japan version in an 8.0 than a Majesco. So
yeah, that was a bit of a shock, I guess.
That's like saying, yeah, I'll take a player's choice Super Mario World over a non-player's choice Super Mario World.
But
if I had the choice in low grade versus high grade.
Yeah, because I mean, 9.8 A++ and a player's choice would be, even though it's player's choice, it'd be hard to pass that one up.
Not for me. I'd take a black label over that any day. So
let's say the black label was an 8.5. Would you do it?
Yeah, 100%. If it was a 6.5, I would take it over the 9.8 A++ player's choice.
Okay.
So I that's just me. It's got Alex Trebek on it, and he's not alive. So maybe that's what is doing it. I don't know.
Sure, maybe just, I don't know.
Or if you want a really cool Jeopardy game just by the share data computer release. So I'm sounding jaded now. I do like high grades, but
it's okay.
The variant on it.
Yep.
Did I cut out?
Just a little bit, but it's not that big a deal. It still comes through fine. Let's browse through. I think did Wade not say this was his?
Wade said that was his. Okay. That's a Sunsoft release, not a Square release, but still, it's Final Fantasy Legend 2.
Okay,
it's a fun game.
You're saying if this was a Square Soft, this would have sold for a lot more, essentially?
Or just Square, yeah, it would have sold for a lot more.
Okay, so, but that's still
how much more?
Pretty good grade, though, for a Game Boy game.
Yep. So
we got a Cib Tetris. That was $300. I thought that was.
I think that's cheap. I feel like this game has been like a $300 Cib maybe in the past. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just so caught up in sealed stuff that I'm not paying attention to that.
Low grade Conkers for $660.
Mid grade Conkers, $7.5. Yeah. Dumb game. Whatever.
Different standards.
If I'm going to play a first-person shooter, or I don't even know if that's considered a first-person shooter since you can see Conker peeing on things, but I'm not playing Conker every day. So,
do we want to talk about WCW Mayhem for a while?
Sure. Not really.
Okay.
Do you?
No.
Okay. I want to talk about Just Dance.
Just Dance, not Mario Sunshine?
I think a lot of these games just, I get why they're going for what they're going for, but I think a lot of them are not fun video games.
So it makes it hard.
Luigi's Mansion is fun. Mario Sunshine is not fun. And this Luigi's Mansion's Canadian edition and sold for probably, I don't know, $1,000 less than it should have if it was the US release.
Oh, okay. Sure. Okay.
But the Canadian version is probably harder to find if you're a variant person.
Sure. But I mean, a lot of us collectors, I mean, even if I hear Canadian, I'm like, it's like.
Yeah, well, I get excited. Cool. I'm like, oh, I can show this to Curtis and he'll like it. So.
He loves Atari, so he'll never watch this anyway.
Okay, Just Dance. First release of Just Dance, a monumental video game. And I love that somebody sent this in. It was Chris from Trading Games. He was on there. He's talking about it. And he's like, yeah, we sent this in. I mean, here's your first appearance of Baha Man, who let the dogs out in a video game. Yeah, there it says right on the cover.
All right.
It's probably fairly difficult to find sealed. I would imagine. I haven't looked, but I'm going to now because I think it's funny. And I kind of like the idea of a really successful franchise, the first game in a successful franchise. And if you have Kinect for 360 or Xbox, whatever you have, Just Dance is fun. And it's a good way to get in shape.
All right. Are we really going through with that?
The challenge?
Yes, the challenge.
I think we should.
Well, let's talk about it. Do you want to talk about it right now or?
Yeah, sure. In the next 3 months, anybody that's watching this can do this too and just chime in. Maybe we'll put it out there somewhere for people to do. What do you think, Matt? We'll put it on Instagram.
Let's just put it right here. If they're watching and they're savvy enough to find this, then they can be a part of it. Sure.
Yeah, you can be a part of it. Anybody can. But we'll kind of put together some ground rules too, I think, in maybe an Instagram post a little later. But the goal is to find not necessarily the crappiest game, not the worst grade, but the strangest game to grade. And don't tell anybody. It's going to be a 3-month-long competition. You can do more than one game. Yeah.
What do we do if grading holds it up? Basically, you're going to have to shell out and do a fast grading so you get it back, correct?
Yeah. So just pay for a 15. That's why we're putting it at 3 months. So April 1st is in 2 days. So we'll say April 1st and on. 3 months from April 1st,
So July
we will,
1st.
Yeah, we'll kind of make a thing, and you can post what you have, and then 5 days later we'll decide who wins, and I will give something away and figure out what that is. But I think it's just going to be kind of fun. So,
all right. So
yeah, thank God they can't grade DS yet, because that would be just horrible. So, yeah, okay.
All right. Moving along. Yeah, I'm going to jump on it just because.
That was the cheapest, best deal in the auction. Phantasy Star 4 908 Plus sold for $690.
And so you're saying this is a $2,000 game?
Maybe it's not. Possibly.
Well, more than $690 anyway.
It's more than $690. I would have bid on it.
All right. But you promised yourself you wouldn't bid.
Yep.
Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
960. Cool game. Does a little bit for me.
Night Trap CIB.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to have seen Sealed.
Yep.
Doom.
Okay.
Doom made a good showing.
Doom. Yeah. 960 for 988 plus. I had one of those. Maybe that was my old one. I sold it a long time ago. Grand Theft Auto 2.
Yeah, we've got a different variant here.
Yeah, Dreamcast. Look at that. 808 plus sold for $336. Probably have some big old crack on it, but
yep.
Interesting game. So
long.
We're down to Halo. What's that?
Yeah, we can move right on to Halo. That's fine. Real big standouts here. God of War dropping a little bit overall price, I would think. Halo. This this was Chris's as well.
Mm-hmm.
It is not easy and I've been collecting Halo for 12 years now or whatever it's been. Getting a 9.8 A+ is not easy, and I collected for quality in a lot of my games. So getting some of mine back from WATA and looking at them, my average is 9.4, 9.6. 9.8 is hard. It's just hard. But this is essentially, it doesn't look like a translucent case. I mean, I can look a little bit closer. This would be a third, fourth-ish print of Halo. And just if you want to find one of these, and you have a triple pack at home, this is kind of like a tip. This is how we used to do it. If you have a Halo triple pack, you can crack that open, and you're not necessarily even going to get a 9.8 A+ out of that, because in that triple pack they move around. But sometimes you can get lucky and get one of these. I think, Josh, the one I gave to you, that was
85 plus.
No, it was a 90+. Pretty sure I gave you a 90+ because it was the highest grade. You sure?
Plus. Mm-hmm. All
right. Well, I thought I gave you a 90+. Had I given you a 90+, that probably would have graded in this. But $1,800. That's Halo.
No, it graded. Your 85 plus graded a 968 plus.
Did it? Okay, so it was just slightly off. So again, that game that you got that went 968 was out of a triple pack. That's about as close as you're going to get to this, to getting one of these, is just grabbing one out of a triple pack. That's just my tip for anyone out there who might have one. You used to be able to get triple packs for, $100, $150. And so I was buying them because I knew that you could get, an official, because all they did was grab their old stock of Halo, Halo 1, what was it? Platinum or whatever the hell it was at the time. And then Halo map packs, and they just crammed them into a box to just get them out, get the stock out, because they had so much of it. So that's all they did. They didn't do any special, no barcodes. They all had their barcodes. They all had just like if they were sold on the shelf. So there's a big tip for any of you out there. Halo and $1,800. So wow, starting to get.
Yep. And then Phantom Dust was the last one on here. I don't even know what that game is. So that was it.
Oh, then that is the last, because this moves on to the one before, correct?
Then we have the last week. But we got signatures coming up in a couple days. I I don't really have anything to add to that, but there's probably some sleepers in there that are going to go under the radar. You know, I feel like when there's really big titles in there, really big high grade Marios or Tysons or whatever, that's when really nice stuff goes under the radar. So,
you mean,
you know, there was that instance where an Air of the Acrobat 2 was mixed in with the internet signatures, and I want to say it was a 9.2 A+ or something. It sold for $1,200, and I feel like that was a $1,000 game before WADA was the thing. So
you're saying games in signatures that aren't going to be sought after, or aren't those top, are going to sneak in for lesser prices, basically.
Yeah. I think one signature I picked up, a Race America. I'm gonna say I paid $400 for it. It was a low grade, but it was sealed Race America, and that's just a downright rare NES game. CIB, whatever, you know. So, there's good stuff in there. But it'll be fun to watch. Matt and I will recap the crap probably the following week on that. So we're striking out on guests. You know, we were going to make some time for Dan Kaplan here, but, you know, we ran out of time to have him on the show. So maybe next week we can do it after the signatures. So just, yeah, you know, that Canadian time out there in the East Coast Canadianville, just, it's too late for him. He has to go to bed about 6:30. So he's just going to be a regular on our show. We talk about.
Yeah. At this point, we just don't ever bring him on. We just talk about him all the time.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So sorry, Dan. Maybe next time. So
I'm proud of you. You got through the heritage auctions in 25 minutes.
Yeah, but you talked about Halo for 5. So,
well, it's the only thing I can talk about with any kind of decent knowledge on. So
you're talking about, you got Goonies poster back there.
I may live where they filmed it, but yeah, no big deal.
Right. Yeah. I live pretty close to where they filmed it, and that's why it's the most important movie next to Back to the Future for me.
So what do you got? I see Alleyway.
Yep.
That's it.
Let's take 5 minutes, Matt. It's okay. It'll take a minute. Can we come back and can you splice it together? Nice little interlude there. My dog was barking and needed to go outside, so that's what was happening.
Chase squirrel.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So wanted to just each week we do these clubhouses, and Matt and I review these things. We kind of talk about variants and things that come up, and you know, when we're talking on the fly, maybe it goes over some people's heads. And just wanted to touch on some basic variants and show what these basic variants are and why some of them are important. So in a case like Alleyway, you know, I got 2 boxes here, and it is a Mario cover, so you can see little Mario playing in the alleyway there. Powerballs in the alleyway. So you can see the back of these boxes. You'll see green screen here, and it's actually a different green screenshot there compared to the yellow screenshot, and you see it's Mario. But that's the main variant. The green screenshot is going to be essentially a first print, but among the green screenshots, there are actually shots. So there you go. That working okay, Matt?
So now what did you say about this variant?
There are 2 first print green screenshots, but the variant, to find out which one came first, is located on the side on the warning label. Okay. So you can see that the warning label here with this one is a 3-line warranty and lacks the verbiage that says for sale in the USA and Canada. And essentially, so 3 lines versus
5.
5-ish. I think they call it 4 line versus 3 line, but yeah, that's correct. So for the true first one, it's going to be that one right there.
The 3-line.
And maybe there's some date codes on these flaps. I hope not. Nope, no date codes on these flaps, so we're not going to go down that road. But that's what we're talking about when we say green screen. So if you get a green screen alleyway, people don't really care about the line warranty on it, but it is a thing, because then you get to this release here and the warranty line stays the same. This green screen. So, and then you can kind of see them there all together.
Gotcha.
So, just kind of a neat thing. After that, there are at least two more variants before. I don't know. Did Alleyway get a player's choice? I'm not sure. But there's and then I believe it changes to it's a 4-line warranty in the red box, and then it changes to a 3-line warranty red box. So 2 more variants to collect with the basic
kind of yellow
screenshot,
right,
not the green screenshot. So,
which is just a very slight difference.
It is, but you can tell because the screenshots
sure
are different, and they're different across. The screenshots are actually different across the releases. So you can see this screenshot is different than that one.
Yeah.
And I don't have a third version tennis here, but I do have baseball, and the screenshots in baseball are also different. So,
and it was a smart upgrade to the yellow, because I mean it's so much more clear. Like
it is, yeah. So just interesting stuff. See, baseball has the same 3-line versus
5.
Hey, thank goodness I cut my fingernails. Look at that. Yeah, so that's just kind of a fun one. You know, it's a really fun one. I love collecting these. I'm upgrading the ones. Those are off my shelf, but I'm looking for a nice CIB green screen first alleyway, or no, looks like it's second alleyway, because this box is just thrashed. But it's okay. I have a sealed one that's a 9.8, and I don't care.
I was going to say, you probably have a sealed somewhere.
Only one sealed green screen that's in the 9.8. I have a sealed green screen tennis that is, it's like a 4 or 5 box. It's somebody sat on it. Another one I want to touch on is Atari. Oh my God, you guys hate this.
Ooh, Curtis is getting excited. I can hear him right now.
So I don't think I can get everyone in this photo, but this is a neat one to show, just because it's kind of strange. So the first one you're going to see here, let's see if we can flip them around. And okay, can you see them together there? So right here.
Yeah, the one on the left's a little bit out of frame, but that's okay.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll stack them, because this is where we're going to show it.
Okay.
Okay. So this one on top here says Atari Inc. right across the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Right there, Atari Inc. And then this one will say, which one do I want to? You know what? I think I threw down the wrong one here underneath. That's okay. They're essentially the same, but this one says Atari Corporation spelled out on it. And that is 1986 versus 1983. So your 83 version of Kroll is first, and it is Atari Inc. Your 86 version of Kroll is Atari Corporation. And it's both of these games being sealed with plastic. You can see there's a slight color variant there. The bottoms, there's no barcode on the 86 version. The lettering, the color printing is just slightly different, lighter. You also lack the this son of a gun right there, that nice little
shiny thing.
And then the flaps. So this is technically a glue flap, like notch lid glue flap on the top. This is really crappy. You can't see. And then this one's just a regular tuck box. So it just slides right in. Just like that.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. But then we're going to throw you for another loop on the Atari Corporation. So recognize this variant recently with a friend between the two Atari Corporation ones. So this is the first one we were looking at down here, Atari Corporation. Then this one, also 1986, is Atari Corp. So I think it was, hold on. Oh no, look at that. I put the wrong box down there. I'm an idiot.
There you go.
Yep, Atari Corporation, Atari Corp. This one just says, they both say 1986. This one says made in Taiwan. This one says made and printed in Taiwan. So just little strange details that make it different, but that's not all. On these two, you'll be able to see maybe the little blocks here. There's a purple, blue, and a green, and a red, right? If you look closely on this one, there is a purple, blue, green, orange, and red. So they changed some things around. And the Atari Corp version matches closer to the Atari Inc. version that is on there. I hope you could still hear me through that. I wasn't even talking into the camera.
Oh, yeah. So you're saying basically you have them right now stacked 1, 2, 3 in your mind.
In my mind, because the flaps are the same on the top of this one. And then they did a tuck lid on that one and took
the orange out.
Took the orange out, which reads, for use with North American and other NTSC television sets. So Atari Corp came first, I imagine, and then Atari Corporation is what they changed it to, and it seems to be a slightly crappier box. It's just really strange stuff when you get into the Atari Corp, Atari Corporation era of Atari variants. They're fun to collect, and I traded one of these to a friend, and he pointed out, because he had an 86 one, and I'm like, oh, well, no, wait, I'll send you a nicer copy is what it was. I'll send you a nicer copy, because he had like a 7.0, and I sent it to him, and I want to say it was an 8.0 or something, and he's like, wait, these two are different. They both say 86, but the boxes are different. The grades are one's better, one's nicer, but there's a variant, and that's how we discovered that there's two 1986 releases of Kroll, if you can imagine. But you can do this with just about any game that got a silver box, well, just about any Atari game. These weird variants, year variants, and minute detail variants on Atari Corporation. So, yeah, that's that one. The last one I want to talk about tonight, about, is John Madden Football 93. I love this variant.
What was the first year of John Madden Football? Just so everybody knows.
80. So
you cut out right
while
there.
Ago.
Sorry. What year?
Oh, 1988 or 89 on Apple II.
Okay. But what was the first?
Sega Genesis was the first console.
In what year was that?
91.
Okay.
90? Yeah, 91. Because the second one is John Madden Football 92.
Okay.
For Genesis. So
91 Genesis was the first. And it didn't come out on Nintendo in 91, did it?
No, it came out on Super Nintendo in 92 to go alongside John Madden
Okay.
Like chopping out pretty bad.
Just a little bit. We'll
Yeah.
we'll live with it because
You'll
I know
live
this.
with it.
I know this is good stuff. So what do you got with the 93 then?
So 93. This is a great game. They made 3 different versions of this game, so it sold really well. You can see here, maybe right here. This is the first release.
All right.
EASN stands for Electronic Arts Sports Network, and then they changed their branding to EA Sports. So they did this in 93, and you can find it across games that came out in 93, from Bulls versus Blazers to NHL, PA hockey for Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. The variant is really cool. It could be on a couple others that I'm not thinking about, but I love it because the boxes are completely different. On the front, I want to say they're different on the back because they have the word EA Sports and instead of EASN. I think on the Bulls versus Blazers, there's some different language as well, but they're both different. So when you're going through CIDs of these, you'll find a Madden that has a -1 on the cart or the manual, and then you're going down this rabbit hole of variants. You'll be like, wait a minute, I have a John Madden football that has a ramp style Super Nintendo cartridge. And if you know what I'm talking about on a ramp style, the original Super Nintendo carts, should have had one here. They have like this lip that, it is just in the cartridge mold. So I don't know how better to explain that. It's just like a slot that's in the cartridge, front of the cartridge. And then they changed the design about the time they released Donkey Kong Country 2. That's kind of the first game I remember having it. And a different tray, where the lip, that slot is gone, and it's just a ramp on the front of the cartridge. So you'll see a John Madden Football 93 with that ramp, and you'll be like, where the hell did this come from? Because it's 1993. Why are they republishing 93, right? It's because John Madden Football 93 is an excellent video game, and it sold really well, and they republished the son of a gun. And it's a really neat variant, I think anyways. And it's one that people don't really know about. But here's a graded one right here. It's a nice one I picked up off eBay. I didn't grade it, and I bought it because I'm like, I don't have this variant. I know it as a variant and nothing else.
What is that grade, by the way?
It's a 9.4 A+. So the first 2 that you saw are both V-seam, vertical seam on the back. These are factory sealed. And this is where seals matter on games and why they're part of the variant timeline for variant tracking. This is not a V-seam game. You can see it probably came out of case pack. It has an old plastic hanger here, but essentially it is an overlap. So what is, it's kind of that Majesco style overlap, but there's actually, and this will contain the ramp cartridge, but there's actually a variant on the box itself. So I don't know, you're not gonna be able to see that. Let's try this here. So you can see at the top there, it has like a round EA logo.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a unique box because, and it has the EA Sports logo, right? Not EASN. But you pull out the other EA Sports one, and it's missing the round logo on it. So super cool variant. Maybe there's other details to it that I haven't caught on to yet, but 3 different versions of that game. All of them are equally fairly difficult to find. EASN is by far the hardest to find the variant. So I'd been looking for all 3 for quite a while, and I got them. So just to show you, my favorite game of all time is Bulls versus Blazers. And
is that because you like the Blazers or just because the game is fun? Because I honestly don't think I've played it.
The game is not that fun, but I have great memory associated with my father, and like a life lesson of work ethic around this game.
Oh, okay.
Wanting to stay home as a kid and play video games on a Saturday, where he's like, no, you got to come work with me today on our rental. We got to go work on the rental. And so I went with him. And after we did work on this rental to get it ready for someone else to come rent and live in, he went to a pawn shop with me and we bought Bulls versus Blazers. So sorry, I've been talking too much tonight, but so you can see this has an EA Sports and an EASN on that as well. So cool variants to look out for.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah, that's all I got.
I love the Game Boy variants.
Yeah. Oh, you don't like the...
Of course, you're going to chop out. What's that? You chopped out.
God damn it.
Or I'm chopping out, one of the two.
No, I am, because you freeze, and I'm like, I just have to hold still, so it doesn't look like it. No, I said you don't like the sports variants. It's okay.
I didn't actually freeze. I was just freaking.
Okay. You were slow.
I just didn't have a comment. I was like, okay. I was thinking, no, I didn't play John Madden really at all. So that part doesn't excite me too much, just because I didn't really care for the game, but that doesn't matter. And then Bulls versus Blazers, I didn't play because I gave up on the Bulls, I gave up on the Blazers when they were totally stacked and they had a great chance. I forget which year it was, and they blew it, and I was just like, I can't watch it anymore. So I switched to the Bulls because they won. So a lot. And Jordan was awesome.
I knew there was something about you that I didn't like.
Even though Blazers are just, up the street around the corner, type of thing. But
you're like my best friend in elementary school wearing Jordan shit to school.
Yeah. Jordans, man, you were like, when you wore Jordans to school, like you were almost like a rock star because you had Jordans. It was weird.
Jordan shoes, Jordan, that's fine. Michael Jordan was a cheater. So
a cheater. Oh my God.
Hey.
We're going to have another podcast here. Hold on.
What are you talking about? I'm going to retire in my prime. That's what I'll do. And no, David Stern's like, no, you're going to sit out a season and pretend you retired and go play baseball and golf and do your other bullshit.
Oh, for the sport, because of the sports betting?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't care about sports betting.
I don't either. I think it's kind of cool, actually, but there's rules. Hey, you can do anything in sports. You can be a horrible human being in sports. You can have dog fights. You can beat up people and fight people. But the minute that you cheat in sports, you're gone. I mean, look at Lance Armstrong. So
he we used drugs.
He cheated though. Like
Michael Jordan is just a big gambler. Everybody knows that.
What?
Michael Jordan is just a gambler. Everybody knows that.
We bet on a game and that he was playing. Somebody else do that and they got banned from baseball? Pete Rose?
Yeah, but I can't see Michael Jordan doing anything but 100%. Like he's not going to tame his performance.
Yeah, like he's going to go, he's like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to score 50 tomorrow, 50 plus tomorrow. And then they're like, no, you're not. He's like, yeah, okay. And he does it. So that's the thing. Like, his bets were probably like, yeah, I'm going to do something crazy.
Yeah, insane.
And people are like, no, you're not. And he does it. But
not like tanking. Like he actually or anything like that.
Amazing.
But that's another
games. But
that's another conversation. We'll get back to
I just don't like him because the Blazers were really good. And the Blazers had a chance to draft Michael Jordan. And we took Sam Bowie. The Blazers had a chance to take Kevin Durant. And we took Greg Oden. So I love the Blazers.
but their drafting is just horrible.
It's not. Here's the thing. They're like, oh, we got LaMarcus Aldridge. We don't need to take Durant. I'm like, no. You take the best player in the draft. And everybody's like, well, Greg Oden was really good that year. He was going to be the best player. He's the new big man, And like, No, you just apparently you didn't watch Durant play in high school or in college, but
I'm pretty sure
take Durant.
I'm pretty sure Sam Bowie over Michael Jordan is the worst decision in all of basketball history.
Oh no, man! There's been some bad ones, but that probably takes the cake. I will say that Greg Oden over Durant's a pretty bad decision.
I won't argue, however, with what was it, Houston taking Hakeem Olajuwon over Michael Jordan. Is that not how that went? Because they were in the same.
They were same draft class.
Same class, because Jordan went 3. So it was Hakeem Olajuwon, Sam Bowie, and I know somebody's probably going to correct me, but I'm just going.
I would have taken Hakeem Olajuwon too. But.
Well, sure, but anyway, okay. Yeah. Let's get on to this rare, super ultra rare variant of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one?
Oh, yours. It's not really rare. I just placed.
Oh, I didn't even know you had a camera there. Look at that. I should put something back there. Something.
I guess if you want me to run this out for a few minutes, I can talk about some Halo variants. I do have.
I'll sit there and put one of my favorite games of all time out here. This is Konami Entertainment Game Cartridge Asian version. So.
All right. Do you want me to do the Halos?
Sure. How long are we at?
Do you want me to hold them off? We're in it.
Let's hold them off.
Hold them off? Okay. Well, let's get into our wins then. Okay. Well, here, let me give a teaser about something before we get into our wins.
Tease them.
Andrew's going to know what this game is. We'll just do this. And then we'll talk about this.
Who's the Amazon seller?
And then maybe we'll open it up.
Who's the Amazon seller?
Not who you would think.
No.
So we will be going over that game and most likely opening it up because, it's a reseal. It's a reseal.
It's reseal. We talked about on the side. Have we even talked about it? Chris brought it up tonight on the Clubhouse about how they've stuck a moldy. Oh, maybe I'm not supposed to talk about it. I won't talk about that. Just about opening a moldy game, right? We talked about how I have this Xevious and we should open it, and it's one of those moldy games that was in that lot that was on eBay that had like the Karate Kid, with freckles and. So I bought the Xevious out of that lot because I wanted to see how I could go about removing the mold.
Yeah.
But, I destroyed the plastic, but I think we should open it to see what the contents look like inside.
I think so too, because there's a debate. Well, not a debate, but it's kind of an open discussion about, will that mold penetrate through the cardboard? Will it get into the instructions? Will it get, and I'm not going to say that it will or it won't, but I do think that there's some level of barrier. And obviously, depending on how badly it is molding, but it'd just be interesting to see if it does go beyond the cardboard, leaches through, gets into the instructions, that type of thing. Obviously, there's going to be multiple cases and not everyone's going to be the same, but hey, it'd be interesting to open it up and look anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And blow
tell me about your wins, Matt.
And blow all that money. My games, my wins?
Mm-hmm. Your neck, your back. No, I'm sorry.
I love digging through my closet and just finding sealed games.
Is that a Rocketeer?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think I saw one of these sell the other night.
Did you just find that in your closet?
I literally did. It was in my closet, in a box, tucked away. No. I take that back. My games, let me go back on this. I have a game shelf in my game room, not this game room, the guest room. So basically every room in my house has games all over the place. And I was looking just because I was starting to pull games that are just going up so much in value that I don't want them to get sun faded. So I'm just, throwing them in boxes in my other closet. And I'm looking and I'm like, my Rocketeer is sealed. What's it doing out here? No, I thought that was funny. Just finding random sealed games is hilarious to me.
That's nice. Well, I was going through a tote and I'm like, oh, here's a gloss sticker Mario Arcade and a gloss sticker Donkey Kong Jr. Not sealed, but I forgot I had them. And then I knew I had it, but I just kind of put it out of my mind. There's a matte sticker Mario. I'm like, I gotta get rid of this. So I just.
What do you? Yeah, I got more wins, but what do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, tell me what else. I haven't bought much. I think I bought a South Park on PS1 for like $200 because I didn't have it.
I just buy so much stuff, but I buy stuff. I'm not like grabbing anything massive or
smart.
I don't know if that's smart. I'm the usual person who buys a lot of little things for a little bit of money instead of just putting it all into one, and so I run out of storage real quick. I don't know if that's smart, but that's just what I do. There was some interesting auctions that came up, and I just wanted these, so I just started buying them all.
Oh, I like those.
And they're all different variants. Version 2.1, version 2.0, 1.2, 1.4. Looks like you threw another 1.4 in here. Got some bunch of demo discs. I thought these were just really cool, and they were so inexpensive. I was like, how can I not buy all of these? And they were all auctioned, so I was just waiting till the last second.
I got that Rocky.
And then I got that.
You got some 360 ones in there?
I've got a lot of stuff.
Did you get a Turok?
I bought a lot.
I have that Turok. I have that 360 Turok demo. I know I got that. I think that's cool.
That's free. He threw some, and it's really nice. You buy a lot of stuff from buyers. Sometimes I throw some free stuff in there, and he did for me, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Got a couple of these. I thought these were pretty cool.
So, is that the LucasArts?
Yeah, the LucasArts games, the demo discs.
Those are neat.
I had 2 of them. Ghost Recon demo disc.
That's a good game.
Rainbow Six Splinter Cell Ghost Recon demo disc. And then I guess I bought a lot of stuff. I got just a couple more things here. Hold on.
Did you pick them up at Safeways? Got a plastic bag there.
Yeah, that's old school gamer when they're shipping them in Safeway bags. I think I got one more. I had 2 more things. I bought I'm not going to say what the other one was just yet, but because I still need to find. Right, but I got one of the pre-order. These are pretty cool. For various 360 games, they would do these.
Oh, the pre-order cases.
Yeah.
I think I've seen a couple of those. There's like a GTA 4 one that I want to pick up.
Yeah. So you don't see them pop up often, if at all, anymore.
Yeah, don't they say rating pending on them, like RP on the front?
Yeah, correct.
Those are cool. I like that. That's my type of thing right there, Matt.
Yeah, it's just cool, interesting stuff. And for a cheap price. So, it just makes me feel good to buy some stuff and then...
Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it. If people get upset about the high prices of sealed games and they get mad, but keep that perspective is you can always go find something else that's neat to collect or change your focus or refocus yourself.
Well, yeah, I mean, some of these I think I squeezed out some of these for like $15.
Wow.
So I couldn't say no. I thought it was cool. Maybe they won't be worth anything. Maybe they'll be worth something. I don't know, but I still think they're cool. Assuming I don't tear them, trying to put them back in. So that's that. It doesn't fit.
That's what she said.
That is what she said.
Hey, now.
Hey. Oh, gosh. Nothing worse than tearing something.
Can I show you something that I just like? It's sitting here. I just love these.
What
is that? The camera not working? There it is. Look at that.
What is that?
It's a high-Q speaker.
So, again, what is that?
It's a NES Asian. It's probably from Hong Kong, from China, some knockoff. But it's Star Wars, not Star Wars. Star Wars, one word, and Top Gun. So it's a multi-cart. But it's actually more than that. It's actually 1,500 games and one on there.
Huh?
So yeah, it's one of these cool Spica multi-carts. Spica.
Is this something they made
Spica?
back in the day, or is this now?
It's old, yeah. It's an old multi-cart, like this Konami one I had. I got a couple other boxes somewhere. I don't know where they are, but the boxed multi-carts. Oh God, I love them. They're not very easy to find. So
Star Wars and Top Gun.
So here's another cool game 90s cartridge, Famiclone thing-ish, pirate knockoff. I love that crap. So,
We got a lot of that.
A lot of it. You could get some really nice high-end accessories from them as well. So look at that Zapper. And a Acclaim knockoff controller. They were probably making them in the same factories. So, what? This box is not right. This box does not match this cart. Like we saw, 1,501.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. I just noticed this. Somebody's swapping things on me.
Oh, 190 games.
In one. I wonder if the cart actually just has 191 games on it.
You missed out on 1,310 games.
Now we're just wasting time. This was a fun hour. I had a good time.
I like that we now utilize these
camera setup.
Yeah, the 2 camera setup.
Yep.
Thank you, Andrew.
Yep. Mr. Morgan. I don't have anything else to talk about.
No.
Video games.
So we're gonna
play video games.
So we're going to be doing another episode, probably opening games. We're going to be opening Andrew's game over here that he so graciously sold to us so that we could put it on the show. So thank you, Andrew.
Andrew, yeah, he sent you that really nice Halo thing, right? That was really cool of him.
Yeah, that was sweet. The signed Halo Reach.
Give me 30 seconds.
Did you get? I lost track already. Actually, I like Halo better.
All right, how fast?
I lost
30?
I can't count that high.
Okay, yeah. So Andrew and I always talk about books and paper and guides.
Oh, did he get you your gift?
He sent me something. Yeah, he sent it to the wrong address though because he can't write very well. So, or transcribe. I think that's the right word. He's not a good transcriber of things. But this is not what he got me. So this is just. Crazy Ivan display for PlayStation 1. Never seen another one of these. A little standy, but in the same vein of standees, he sent me this really cool Versus guidebook, Resident Evil 3 standee. Yep. And he's like, yeah, I don't think it's ever been cracked. And I'm talking to him, and I'm like, has now. So I popped it open. It's awesome. I love this sort of shit.
Sweet.
So he got an extra one, and he just sent it to me. So if you come on our show, you have to send us cool stuff.
Yeah, I know. It's so nice. Why are the guests come on our show and then they send us stuff? What in the world?
Robin, get your shit together. So.
Gosh.
This is the Dennis Kahn, Matt Rose, and Josh Byerly podcast, but Dennis Kahn is MIA. Anyways, I think I got to get going, Matt.
We hope to have him back soon.
Yeah.
But he's busy grading right now.
That's right.
Literally right now he is busy grading.
He is. He's burning the midnight oil.
All right. Well, that was a great episode. We're right about the hour, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Short and sweet. Next episode, we'll probably be ripping into either have a sweet guest, or we'll go ahead and rip into some reseals and some moldy games. And then maybe we'll have some time and I'll go over some Halo 2 variants that I personally have a list of, and I'm sure that people like Dan Gomez can add to this, or even somebody else can work off of it and chime in on things that I'm not thinking about. So, I just noticed that my phone says Amelia on it. That's lovely. That's my daughter. Well, there's no audio coming through, so I'd have to click on it like that to show you.
That's hilarious. No, I clicked on it on mine, and it's the pandemic online school sort of thing that she used my phone back last year to get on and do Zoom. So anyway, sweet. I'm gonna go to bed.
Sounds good. Thanks everyone for watching again. We appreciate you, 2 or 3 or 5 or however many of you there are.
It's exponential. It's ever growing.
Leave your thoughts and comments below, and honestly, leave your thoughts and comments. What do you want to see? Who do you who do you want to see on the show as a guest? We do know a lot of people that have not been on other podcasts. I know Dan brings a lot of people onto his podcast, and it'd be great to bring some unique people that have not been on a podcast yet, or maybe you're one of them and you want to, come on the podcast and talk about collecting games or what you love. And
yeah, it's really low key. No expectations.
Yeah, if you've watched any of these, you can. The bar's pretty low, so it's not that high. So no worries. But thanks anyway for watching. We love you all. Thanks for sticking around with us.
Speak for yourself.
I love you all. And,
like about 4 people.
Yes. Well, that's all of them.
That's not even on the list.
And we will be doing an after, like Josh said before, we will be doing an after show of the signatures, and those are going to be groundbreaking. So that's awesome.
And think of the crappy games that you can grade, because we're going to give away a sweet prize. No, we don't. I don't like plugging sweet prizes.
Prize.
I'll find something cool.
Right as he freezes. All right, we'll cut it there just so you don't freeze anymore. Thanks again. Have a good night, everyone.
See ya.
Take care.